Hey, welcome back to my not a vlog, just a technical minute. Again, it's Kyle Cordes. I work at a company called Oasis Digital, and that's going to be relevant today. So at Oasis Digital, the great bulk of our work is sort of sophisticated software development, consulting related stuff, typically for pretty large companies. And that comes into play whenever we want to have online meetings. Now, of course, we've been having a tremendous number of online meetings so far in 2020. Normally, we have mostly online meetings, and now it's entirely online meetings. So, you say, no problem, right? So you just pick some meeting software and do it. Well, our default choice is Google Meet. Google Meet works great. It's included as part of G Suite. We have the G Suite Enterprise, so in the cases when you want to record a meeting, that's just like one click and you're recording the meeting. Really a great tool. But we're actually Google Cloud partners, and so we make that our default. We love it. But certain percentage of large companies, sort of inexplicably, have Google Meet blocked at the network firewall level. I don't know why they do this, but they do this. So. We often having meetings relatively early in a customer relationship. We're certainly not in a point to say, hey, can we work with your firewall people to adjust your firewall so we can have a meeting? That'd be crazy. So instead, we switch to a different tool. Now, the most common tool we switch to after Meet is Zoom. Now, Zoom, a little leery about some privacy issues with Zoom, but they seem to have gotten that at least somewhat together, and Zoom works great. It has numerous features. It tends to work the first time. But Zoom encourages you to do a local software install. Now, it lets you work without the software install, but it encourages you. And so for certain customers we have meetings with, Zoom is therefore discouraged, right? Now, we have more fallbacks. Sometimes we're using a customer's meeting system. And our customers, again, tend to be very large companies. WebEx is relatively popular because WebEx actually started working pretty well, a long time ago. So WebEx has had a long time to really make it quite deeply into enterprise adoption. So you might say, sure, let's just use WebEx. Well, WebEx has some issues. Sometimes WebEx doesn't work. Well, to get past a lot of those, we found a while back that a tool called BlueJeans. So BlueJeans, it was recently acquired by Verizon, by the way, but BlueJeans also worked really quite well from quite long ago without the use of any local software. So unlike Zoom or WebEx, BlueJeans works real well with just what runs in the browser. Now, should we just use BlueJeans for everything? Well, maybe. So far, we have not found anyone that has BlueJeans blocked, but BlueJeans has not really kept up with the others, so we don't really make BlueJeans the default. So I think I've listed off 4 or 5 now. Let's keep going. Sometimes we engage very deeply with our enterprise customers, so we have things like dedicated machines that are connected inside our customers' VPNs. Those machines often have whatever software for meetings our customers use. So sometimes we'll run a meeting using one of those machines, often with something like Microsoft Teams, because Microsoft Teams, it's a relatively new entrant, but Microsoft has put a lot of engineering and effort behind making Teams work pretty well. So when we use Microsoft Teams, it works pretty well also. So now that I've talked about it, say 5 or more of these tools, I can get to the real point of today's little minute, several minutes now. And that is that in a world full of highly varied and idiosyncratic lockdown machines, lockdown firewalls, what you really need is a redundant array of independent meeting tools. And so that's what we practically speaking use to have meetings, and that's what I would recommend anyone else who's like working in this kind of enterprise environment to have. So just let go, abandon the idea of finding the perfect tool, and just assume you'll always have to have a small handful of tools like at the ready for common use, and then another handful of tools beyond that. So I think this idea really applies a lot more broadly than meeting tools, but that's how I'm applying it for now. So redundant array of independent meeting tools. Good luck.